Hello everyone. This is your friend from Naruto Audio Fanfics, and we are back once again with a brand new fanfic. Which is what if Naruto survived his darkest moment and was given a second chance at love? Naruto times Sakura times Hinata times Harem, Part 1. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Naruto fanfics like this. So without wasting any more time, let's start today's fanfic. Our story begins in the land of fire within the village hidden in the leaves, also known as Konoha. It has been a week since Team 7 returned from their mission in the land of waves. Much has happened within the village hidden in the mist. Meeting the two mist ninjas Zabuza and Haku, meeting those two slightly changed the relationship of Team 7. Though Naruto thought he gained a friend from the two mist ninjas, Naruto learned that ninjas aren't tools, they are human beings. They are living beings, and that all living beings don't deserve to be treated as such tools. But at last things return to same as before. It has been a week, but everything was the same as before the events of waves. Naruto Uzumaki was still treated as the idiot of the group. No one truly took him seriously, and Kakashi didn't teach him much of anything. Same goes for Sakura Haruno, the girl whom Naruto Uzumaki was deeply in love with. Kakashi was mainly focused on giving Sasuke training lessons. Sasuke grew interested in Kakashi's lighting blade ever since he saw it. And ever since then he has been asking Kakashi to give him private lessons. The third Hokage has given Team 7 3 weeks breaks from missions. The Chunin exams were drawing near, and the team had dealt with their first S-rank mission even though they thought it was a C-rank mission. With 1 week down and 2 to go, the team often spend time together or on their own doing self-training or relaxing. Naruto was using this time to get to know his teammate a bit more. But however, none has ever given him the chance to do it. Sasuke Uchiha was either busy or didn't want to talk with him at all, telling him he would lose time of getting stronger by getting to know Naruto more. Kakashi Hatake always made a big excuse to get out of the question as such, using the Hokage, or rather he promised Sasuke to train him or he has task to do, or even, "Sorry Naruto, but I'm too tired, maybe next time." Sakura Haruno was the last person on Naruto's list. His reason was he was afraid of being shut down by her. He just wanted to get to know her. He wanted to be friends with his team. A team that works together is the team that will be the best. But one day Naruto asked Sasuke and Sakura would they do lunch together. They agreed for once. Before Naruto would meet up lunch with his team, he stopped by the Yamanaka flower store. Ino Yamanaka, another Konoha ninja, Naruto knows and is Sakura's best friend, on rather used now as ex-best friend. The two were once good friends but are now rivals to win the heart of Sasuke Uchiha. "Oh, it's you Naruto. What do you want?" she asked him. Naruto and Ino weren't friends, they just knew each other. Much like Sakura, she was annoyed by Naruto's goofy behavior. "Don't be like that, Ino. I came to buy a flower," he said to her with an honest smile. Ino's left eyebrow rose. "What for?" "Hopping to win Sakura's heart." Naruto blushed as Ino read right through him. "You know she won't take it. Both she and I are more interested in Sasuke-kun than you or anyone else." "Hey, you don't know that true. I am sure if Sakura-chan gets to know me a bit more, then maybe." He paused while Ino started to laugh. "What's so funny?" he yelled. Naruto stomped his right foot down. Ino stopped laughing when she saw the look of anger in Naruto's eyes. "Sorry, I didn't mean." Naruto cut Ino off. "I'm out of here, you can keep your damn flowers." Naruto left in a fit of angry. Ino didn't mean to get him upset, but she shook her head. That idiot. Who he thinks he is, really? Really, what do they see in him? He doesn't look that interesting at all. Girls, I just don't understand them at all, he thought. Naruto picked a red rose from a nearby flower pot and ran off. Few moments later, Naruto was running to meet up with Sakura for lunch. He wanted to get to know her a bit more since they were teammate. Maybe if he stopped showing and goofy around, maybe she'll notice how cool he was. And a good guy he was as well, and maybe just maybe he can ask her out on a date. Naruto was holding a rose. He knew girls like it if you bring them stuff like flowers, so maybe Sakura will like it. Naruto arrived on scene, but he was too late. He saw Sakura was having lunch with Sasuke. They didn't even to bother on waiting for him at all. He saw the two were talking. He noticed how Sakura was smiling upon Sasuke's company. He was doing nothing, just eating and talking when she spoke to him. He saw how happy she looked, he saw the blushful look in her eyes. Naruto held the rose he had in his right hand tighten. Seeing Sakura placed her left hand on top of Sasuke's right hand. Sasuke didn't even seem to notice it all. He saw Sakura was asking Sasuke some questions that actually made him smile. Naruto wasn't sure what questions they were though, but his gut told him it was bad news for Naruto, he was losing. Then he saw Sakura facing Sasuke as her face gotten closer to him. Naruto wasn't sure what she said to Sasuke, but Sasuke was lending back. Sasuke then sighed and said something that made Sakura out of nowhere clap her hands happily as she suddenly then hugged and gave Sasuke a kiss on the right cheek. Naruto felt his heart cracked, he felt a huge big crack in his heart. The Uzumaki bare his teeth as for a second his teeth looked like a pair of sharp fangs. Naruto dropped the rose. As Sasuke noticed Naruto was watching them from afar, he saw the Uzumaki dropped something. He saw a cold glare coming from Naruto's eyes. Naruto glared for about 10 seconds before he left. Sakura was the last one to see Naruto before he walked away. Was that Naruto? She asked. Yeah, wonder what he wanted. Sasuke wondered. He dropped something else. She noticed. Go see what it was. The Uchiha told her. Elsewhere, Naruto was on top of his rooftop eating a bowl of ramen to soothe his broken heart. He was jealous, so jealous Sasuke had it easy, he had the girl of his dream and didn't even notice it. He was so angry he just didn't want to live with the bullshit. He didn't want to live with this life he was given, he could just end it all. He wanted to, but inside of him told him different. He wanted to give up so bad, but deep down within him there was something telling him different. A voice that told him keep pushing, keeping trying, keep on trying, don't give on living. His heart was like a rose, it was now a broken rose. He could easily end it all and no one would care. He tried it before but failed, his healing ability always kicked in. Keeping him alive, no matter how much he bleeds out, his wounds would heal and he would be good as new. Naruto. A familiar voice called out to him. Naruto looked over his right shoulder. Sakura-chan. Naruto saw Sakura was holding the flower he dropped. What do you want? He asked. You left without saying anything, and you dropped this. She has shown him the flower. Naruto just looked away. It's nothing, Sakura-chan. He said, wanted to avoid the main subject. Tell me, Naruto, why did you drop this? She asked him. It's nothing, Sakura-chan, he said. Come on, Naruto, there's something going on and you're not telling me. Sakura glared at the young Uzumaki. Naruto turned around to face his dream girl. I thought you might like me if I give you something. Naruto said while trying to hide his embarrassed blush. Sakura smiled for a second but laughed. That's sweet, Naruto, but I like Sasuke-kun. I'm sure we can be friends, if you stop goofing around. And be serious like Sasuke-kun. Friends, just friends. He whispered. If you stop being silly all the time, I am sure some girl will notice how great you are. But you're no way nearly close of how awesome Sasuke-kun is. We can be friends, Naruto. Naruto's heart again cracked even more. What if I really like you? He asked her. Sakura paused for a moment and started to chuckle. Oh Naruto, don't kid yourself. There's no way you and I will end up together. You're too wild for me and you eat ramen all the time. Girls don't like guys who eat the same food every day, and we seen your apartment before. You're messy and Naruto lashed out on Sakura. Shut up. You don't know shit about me or how I live. Sakura took a step back, surprised by Naruto's sudden outburst. You still have your parents, you have friends. People don't make fun of you when you screw up. No one look down on you as a weakling. No one laughs at you when you say what your dream was. You don't know how I feel every time it happens to me. Sakura Haruno, don't count on me anymore. Next time you're in trouble or alone, don't count on me to be there. I am sure your Sasuke-kun will be there. Sakura gasped. Whoa Naruto, wait, calm down, I didn't mean it like. Leave me alone. Go away. Nobody cares about me. You're just the same like the rest. I hate them, I hate everyone. I hate you. Naruto took off in fit of anger. He jumped from rooftop to rooftop. Sakura was shocked for what she did. She has never seen Naruto this way. He was always goofy and always smiling, never knowing what he truly felt on the inside. She hoped she didn't case the team fall apart or case any future problems. Sakura Haruno will soon discover she just marked herself on a dark fate. She wanted to say something about what just happened. But she couldn't, she just couldn't, she felt scared on what Naruto said. Did he really mean what he said about not coming to her aid if something happens to her? Kakashi Hataki's home. Kakashi was reading his favorite book, when he heard the sound of a knock on his door. Kakashi sighed as he closed his book and answered the door. Kakashi was surprised to see who was at his door. Sakura stood there at the front door. She had a look of saddest which made Kakashi curious. Can we talk, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi saw something was greatly bothering his young female student. Sure. He smiled underneath his mask. Sakura sat down on Kakashi's bed while Kakashi pulled up a chair and sat in it. I think I hurt Naruto's feelings, she said. Oh, Kakashi said as this caught his interest a bit. You and Sasuke usually do to him. But something tells me you hurt more than just his feelings. Kakashi added. I laugh at him and laugh at the possible if he said of me liking him more. And I told him I was interested in Sasuke more, and I told him we can be friends. I told him if he acts more like Sasuke, then maybe he'll have girls liking him. Then he yelled at me. I've never seen him so angry. I'm afraid he said he won't be there if anything bad happens to me. And then he said he hates me. Sakura told her sensei. Kakashi shook his head. Sakura, give Naruto time. I am sure what he said he didn't mean to say it. Out of everyone we all should know how tough Naruto had. You have parents, he doesn't. You and Ino became friends when you were young. While it took years for Naruto to finally gain a friend, I'll have a talk with Naruto. Why don't you go home? It's getting late. Don't think Naruto hates you. He has a harder life to deal with. But why? I know he's an orphan, but there've been other like him. Sakura said while Kakashi shook his head. You don't understand, Sakura. Naruto's different from the other orphans. But why? She asked. I'll see you, okay? Kakashi got up from his chair and opened his front door. Sakura still wondered why Kakashi didn't answer her. Was something else going on? Was there something different about Naruto that makes him like that? Elsewhere. Naruto's apartment. Naruto lay there on his bed. Hugging himself in the dark. Naruto was hurt. He couldn't overcome this hurtful feeling he held in his heart. Jealousy, anger, fear, lust, loneliness, these were the feel he felt. Jealous the girls were so interested in Sasuke Uchiha, their own selfish reason for liking him. Do anything to have his attention. Anger he felt for the rival that stolen what he hunger, attention of people and girls, as I'll always tell him be more like Sasuke, be serious, be focused, stop messing around. Fear of everything staying the same, no respect, no love, no family and no dreams, the fear of having nothing. Lust he has for Sakura, it drove him crazy. He could drop it and let it go, but he couldn't, he loved her too much. He want her, that's all he needs, he wants Sakura Haruno. He loved her, he lusts for her. Loneliness, it has always been there for him. It was his friend because it's always there for him, no matter where he is, the loneliness always finds him. You don't have let it all remain the same, Naruto. Naruto opened his eyes. The voice got his attention. He wasn't sure where the voice was coming from at all. Who are you? He asked the voice as he didn't dare move. A friend, the voice said. A friend? I don't have friends. That's not true. I have always been there for you. I always made sure you never gave up. What do you mean? We never met. Your suicidal thoughts, who do you think always calmed you down? That voice. It was you. Yes. What do you want? Can't you see I'm hurt? I got shut down by the girl I loved. And do you know why? Because she loves a jerk. Yes and no. Your dear Sakura-chan doesn't understand you. She doesn't understand your pain. She doesn't know what it is like to be judged by your appearance or your behavior. She doesn't know what it's like to be alone for so long. She also doesn't know what is it like to be powerless. Yeah, that is true, but she's different. She's a girl and I'm a boy. Also, you carry a tailed beast within you. The voice added. You are the nine-tailed, aren't you? Why should I listen to you? Because I'm not the one who broke your heart. She did hurt me. She broke my heart. She isn't the only one, but she will be the first. The first of what? Of your little lesson plan. Lesson plan. Yes, lesson plan. If Sakura understood your pain, how it is like for you, then maybe she can respect and even love you. She's a girl, Naruto. She doesn't understand the hardship of a male Jinchuriki like yourself. I'm a Jinchuriki. It's what people like you are called. When a person's soul is used as a seal to trap a tailed beast like me. You are a Jinchuriki. It's because your Jinchuriki is the reason why your life has been shit. But I have a plan to make Sakura understand your pain. This plan will also have you and Sakura become closer. Really? Naruto started to get curious on what this lesson plan was. Yes, but she will feel great pain and suffering. She may even hate you. But she will understand the pain you have dealt with for so long. It is just a lesson. If you do what I say, then she will become yours woman. Don't you want that? Didn't you dream of that? Naruto rose up from his bed. He wiped tears from his eyes. Yeah, that is my dream. I want to marry Sakura-chan. I love her more than Sasuke or anyone else does. The lesson will show her just that and more. Now listen and do what I say without question, this will work. She will learn from the lesson. I promise you. A small chuckle was heard from the voice. Konoha streets. Sakura made it home by herself. Naruto was on her mind since she left Kakashi's place. She didn't know why, but what he said haunted her. She just felt she's going to regret what happened between her and Naruto. Sakura's parents were gone for a whole month, going on little romance trip to the land of grass. Leaving their only daughter alone, they knew Sakura was a big girl and she can handle herself, putting their trust into her. Sakura dreaming away in her sleep, dreaming her dreams, but her dreams troubled her. You don't understand me. You have your parents, I don't have parents. You've been friends with Ino since you were little, but Naruto, it took him years to gain a friend. People don't make fun of your dreams. Haunted by Naruto's and Kakashi's words while within Sakura's dreams, she remembers the first time the team introduced themselves to one another. She remembers what she said. She always giggled upon her goal and dreams. But she clearly said what she said with a sample sentences. I hate Naruto. Naruto. She mumbled in her sleep. While the young Haruno was asleep, the window to her room opened, as someone entered her room. The person was a young man. His height level was about the same as Sakura's but about 1 inch taller. He wore a dark blue sweatshirt with a hoodie. Wearing dark blue sweatpants as he wore a fox-shaped mask. He wore gloves. The masked young man entered Sakura's bedroom as he saw the young girl sleep. He stared at her for over a few seconds. He touched the left side of her cheek, as Sakura turned over while mumbling in her sleep. The young man sat down on her bed. He looked at her sleep once more. But he looked away and looked around Sakura's room. He has never been in her room. Seeing Sakura had a white jacket with the word, strong will, on the back of it, hanging a coat hanger. Beside her closest was a wooden sword. Sakura was never seen using it before, or even for the matter why she had it in the first place. The young masked man let out a heavy sigh. He stood up and reaches inside his pocket and took out duct tape. As he stretched the tape, the sound of tape being stretched woke Sakura up. Who's there? She mumbled. Sakura's vision was blurry, sleepy she was. But once her sight blurred out, she saw the masked man holding the duct tape out. Just as Sakura gasped, he quickly covered her mouth with the tape. Once her mouth was covered, the masked man grabbed her by her wrists as she struggled. Sakura couldn't scream, she was silenced by the tape. But she struggled and kicked. The man was too strong for her to struggle back. But she was able to get him off by kicking him where it hurts. The masked man rolled on the floor in pain, holding his balls. Sakura got up from her bed and quickly grabbed her wooden sword. Sakura was about to strike the masked man with her wooden sword, however the masked man grabbed Sakura's legs and pulled her off her feet. The masked man got up after recovering. He tossed the wooden sword away from her. He then grabbed Sakura by her feet and tied her feet together. Sakura grabbed his mask and tried to pull it off. He backhanded her face. While the man was fixing his mask, Sakura tried her best to crawl away. Forgetting she was a Konoha kunoichi. The fear of an unknown entering her house, inside the room where she sleeps, a place she felt safest. Once the man fixed his mask, he grabbed Sakura by her long hair as she closed her eyes in pain of having her hair pulled. The man grabbed her hair, then bashed her face to the floor. The masked man grabbed her hands and tied them together. Once her mouth, arms and feet were tied, he picked her up and tossed her down on her bed as she bounced on her bed once. Sakura was terrific, she didn't know who this man was or what he wanted. All she knew was she was alone. She was alone in this very house and no one would hear her screams, no one would come to her rescues. No Sasuke, no Kakashi, no Ino and especially no Naruto. Did he want money? Was he robbing her? Or was he gonna kill her? No, her thoughts said he was gonna rape her. Yes, rape her in her own house in her bedroom on her bed as the masked man got close to Sakura's face. She panicked. She did what she could do, use her head. She head-butted the masked man as her head-butted cracked the mask. The masked man backed up to the wall. His fox mask cracked. The mask fell as it shatters upon hitting the floor. Her room was dark, she couldn't see his face. But what she saw was a pair of eyes, a pair of blue eyes staring at her. Sakura's green eyes stared at the pair of blue eyes staring right back at her. The pair of eyes looked sad, lonely but full of guilt. The man got closer to Sakura as the moonlight shined down on him from her open window. His mouth and nose was covered. All but his eyes was covered by a face mask much like Kakashi's. The hood kept his hair from being shown. Sakura was wearing a light pink color PJ. Her heart started beating fast, fear overcomes her. The unknown young man grabbed the hip of his sweatpants before he pulled them down, now in his black color boxers. The unknown young man had Sakura on her back so she can look at her rapist. The unknown young man pulled down her PJ pants, stripping her down to her white panties. The young man touched Sakura's soft legs and reached up to her thighs. Sakura struggled but no effect came. With her panties now pulled down to her legs, she was fully exposed to her rapist. Sakura's eyes widened in fear as she shook her head telling her rapist to stop, telling him, "No, no, no, not me, please don't rape me." The unknown man placed his right hand between Sakura's thighs touching her sweet virgin. Sakura gave a lightly moan. She didn't want to give her rapist anything. She closed her legs and glared at him. "Kakashi-sensei, help me. Sasuke-kun, please save me. Someone help me please, anyone." Sakura thought. Was this fate delivering a cruel revenge on Sakura for what she did to Naruto? If only she didn't push him away, then maybe he would be here now. I didn't matter, none of it does. This man broke into her home and was about to rape in her bedroom on the very bed she sleeps. Sakura shut her eyes close as she shed tears as she saw the man about to pull down his boxers. I hate Naruto. Naruto, you're annoying. Go away, Naruto. Why can't you be like Sasuke-kun? Oh, Sasuke-kun. There's no way you can beat Sasuke, Naruto. You can try. Naruto, you idiot. Maybe if you be like Sasuke-kun, then maybe you've have girls like you. Let's be friends, okay? Remembering the hateful words she said to Naruto, now in this very moment. She would have his knucklehead self come inside and rescues her. She prayed to God that Naruto would come save her. Naruto, please save me, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, forgive me. Her last thought were. But the man suddenly stopped. He watched Sakura's tears ran down her face. No, she doesn't deserve this. I can't do it. I can't do this to Sakura-chan. The man thought. Don't chicken out now. You broke in her home, you tie her up, she there helpless on the bed. Take her. Make her feel your pain, your suffering. Do it, Naruto, rape her. It's the only way she'll understand your pain. No, I can't do it. Sakura-chan doesn't deserve this. I love her and I hate seeing her in pain. I can't do it. I can't rape the girl I love. I just can't. Fine, but once she finds out, you got a lot of explaining to do. I'll take that chance. The young man reached his right hand to Sakura. Sakura shut her eyes, but suddenly, she heard something being cut. When Sakura opened her eyes, the young man was gone. Her hands were untied. She was alone, half but alone and still a virgin. Naruto's apartment. You should have done it. It would be quick and over with. You weren't gonna murder, just take her womanhood. I know, but it just wasn't right. I love her too much to do such a thing. If I rape her, it wouldn't make me a man or a better ninja. What kind of Hokage rapes a young girl because she broke his heart? I would be worse than scum. I could never live with. He said while looking at himself in the bathroom mirror. Coward, are you gonna let her and them make fun of you forever? They won't accept you no matter what you do or how strong you become. They don't care if you live or not. Yes, I know. That's why tonight I am going to end it. I know I can't do anything right. No one truly likes me, they just pity me. I'm tired of it. I almost took Sakura's innocent because of this. No more. You fool, you can't do it. I won't let you. I'll keep healing you. True, but that healing takes time. What if I bleed out a wound that never closes? Damn you. You can't be serious. Naruto grabbed his kunai and held it against his right wrist as he bare his teeth. Cutting his wrist, the pain was something he never will get used to. Then he went for his left wrist soon after. You idiot. You'll bleed to death. You think killing yourself will set you free? Yes, my life was shit the day I was born. I have no parents, no family, no friends, the woman I love hates me. And my dream is only a fool's dream for someone like me. Naruto saw his cut wrists were healing. Naruto cut his wrist again, but cut deeper, drawing more blood. Bang 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 bang. The sound of a loud knocks were heard. Naruto annoyed the knocking and kept on cutting. Naruto. It's me, Sakura. Open this door. Sakura's voice was heard. He annoyed her voice. Naruto. Please. Open this door, I need to talk to you. She yelled. Again he didn't answer. I know it was you. I know you came in my room. Please, I want to talk to you. Nothing. Naruto. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry for being so mean to you. Please open this door. Please. There was nothing, but suddenly Sakura heard the sound of something hit the floor. Sakura called Naruto's name again, but there was nothing. Sakura picked Naruto's locked door by using a kunai. Sakura entered Naruto's apartment and saw Naruto lied on the floor on his back. His wrist was covered in blood. There was a kunai jam in the right side of his neck. Naruto. Sakura shouted. Moments later, Naruto opened his eyes too as the sound of birds singing was heard. It was morning. I'm alive. He was confused. He thought the amount of blood he shed was enough to kill him. Naruto found himself inside someone's bedroom. He wasn't whose bedroom it was, but it wasn't his bedroom, that's for sure. Suddenly the door slid open as it was Sakura, and alongside her was Kakashi Hatake. Naruto felt real sore. His neck was sore and so were his wrists. Naruto noticed his wrists were wrapped in bandages and so was his neck. Morning, Naruto, how are you holding up? He asked. I'm fine. Naruto couldn't speak clearly, just parts. Your throat was the most damaged. It will take some time, but you're healed in no time. Your wrists are fine, they healing. Sakura will be here to take care of you. Kakashi explained. Where am I? He asked. In a guest house, you're in the Uchiha resident area. Sasuke allow you to use this house until you're fully healed. You're lucky, Naruto. If it wasn't for Sakura, you would have died. She found you nearly dead. She came to me, we patched you up. Naruto's eyes show signs of betrayal. He felt betrayal, no, he felt cheated out of something he wanted. Naruto, I will say this once and only once. We do care about you. We do care about you. You're part of Team 7. Team 7 isn't just a team of people, it isn't a group of 2 boys and 1 girl and an old man like me. Team 7 is a family. Promise us you won't try anything like that ever again, okay? Kakashi placed his hands on Naruto's shoulder, facing the son of his sensei face to face. Naruto closed his eyes but quickly opened them as he nodded. Good. If you need anything, just ring this bell. Kakashi handed Naruto a bell, the same bell he used during the bell drill. Alright, I'm going to see the Hokage. Sakura, I'm placing Naruto's safety in yours and Sasuke's hands. Kakashi said. Yes, Kakashi-sensei. She said with a small smile. Sakura-chan, I almost raped her. And yet she saved my life. Why? Why do they care about me now? I could have been out of their lives for good. Why save me? Those were the thoughts that haunt his mind. It's because you deserve to live. It was 8 in the morning, most of Konoha was still asleep. Kakashi Hatake called upon a meeting with Sarutobi, Iruka and the 3 elders of Konoha. Each one didn't know why Kakashi asked for such a meeting. Waiting for all to take a seat on the couch across from one another as Sarutobi, Iruka and Kakashi sat on the left side while the 3 elders sat on the right side. Kakashi, what is the meaning of summoning us here? Danzo asked the copy ninja. Yeah, this is the first time you ever asked for something like. If it's important, then why have me here as well? Iruka asked Kakashi. All of you be quiet so we may hear what Kakashi has to say. Sarutobi said. Thank you, Lord Hokage. Kakashi smiled behind his mask. Very well. Danzo frowned. Now where to begin? Ah yes, the Chunin exams are around the corner and we know that each year. Our selected genins will be the ones to go through this. However, I am afraid that we will be one genin team short. Kakashi said, followed by a disappointed sigh. What do you mean? Iruka asked. Kakashi lifted his headband, showing both of his eyes to everywhere. Kakashi's eyes shone seriously focus. Last night, Naruto Uzumaki almost performed suicide. All eyes widen upon the night. What? No, you're lying. Why Naruto would do such a thing? Iruka yelled. Iruka, calm down. Sarutobi said. I am afraid it is true. He almost successes if it wasn't for Sakura Haruno. Right now he's resting in the guest house within the Uchiha household. I placed Sakura and Sasuke as Naruto's watchers for the time being. I am not sure if he would try it again. I am worried this is the first time any Jinchuriki of Konoha has ever tried this. Kakashi informed everyone. I believed Naruto couldn't take it anymore. The price of being a Jinchuriki, however Lady Mito and Kushina handle it better than Naruto did. Neither tried suicide. Sarutobi spoke with a worried look in his eyes. There's a first for everything. I was thinking of taking the team out of the Chunin exams until them Naruto and Sakura heal. Kakashi sighed. What happened to Sakura? Did she? No, she didn't. She was the one who told me about Naruto. She was about to stop the bleeding. The Nine Tails took care of the rest on its own. He was bleeding to death. He knew he would heal, but by bleeding out. An escape from the healing factor of the Nine Tails. Danzo said. Correct. Kakashi nodded. So what happened? Why do Sakura need healing? Iruka asked. Because before Naruto tried killing himself, he almost raped Sakura Haruno in her own bedroom. What? Now I know you're lying. Naruto is a good boy. He wouldn't dare try something like that. Iruka once again yelled. No, it's true. She told me. She told me not to tell anyone, but I had tell you all this. This must be kept secret as well. It's bad enough half of hates him for what he has, and if words and rumors start to form. Naruto without a doubt would try again, and this time he will finish what he started. Sarutobi's words made everyone very nervous now. Konoha needs it Jinchuriki, and Naruto was the last Uzumaki possible in the land of fire and not if in the world. What can we do? Iruka asked. Team 7 will enter the Chunin exams but with a watcher. Danzo spoke. And what watcher do you have? Kakashi asked the elder. He speaks of a new teammate or sensei. Sarutobi stared at Danzo. I'm being replaced. Kakashi looked a bit worried. No, for now we still have time before the exams. Kakashi, make sure Naruto doesn't try it again. Make him feel like he truly deserves to live. Sarutobi told Kakashi. What do you have in mind? He asked the old Hokage. Tell him about his parents. The old Hokage said. Are you serious? You said never to tell Naruto of this until he was 18. Do you think he'll go along with this? Well, he thinks his parents left him. He's been an orphan for 12 years. Kakashi knew Naruto would freak if he was about his parents. I was there when Naruto's parents died. I will tell him about his parents. If Naruto dies, I want him to know how much his parents loved him. Maybe this will keep him away from trying again. Sarutobi said. Very well, I will bring Naruto to you later this afternoon then. Kakashi nodded. This meeting ends. Everyone nodded. Elsewhere in the Uchiha household. Come on Naruto, say ah. Sakura said. Sakura was trying to feed Naruto. Naruto didn't give in, he kept his face away from the pancakes Sakura made for breakfast. Come on Naruto. I know it isn't ramen, but you gonna eat something beside ramen all the time, and beside it's soft and yummy. Sakura told her teammate. I'm not hungry. He said. Naruto's stomach betrayed him with a loud growl. Your stomach tells me different. She sweat drop along with him. Eat or you'll never recover, idiot. Sasuke's voice was heard. The two saw Sasuke at the door standing there watching. Sasuke. Naruto said with a frown. That was pretty idiot of you to do that. Sasuke said. So he knows. Naruto thought. Why would you do something like that? He asked Naruto. Sasuke-kun, please let Naruto-kun be, he had it rough and still sore. Sakura told him. She called me Naruto-kun, that's the first time she ever called me that. He thought again. Whatever, it's pretty stupid for someone to waste their life, especially someone like you Naruto. Sasuke left out. Naruto notices that Sasuke seem unset about the fact of Naruto's failed suicide. Sasuke-kun has never been like this. Once he heard about you, he gladly accepted you staying here. Sakura told Naruto. Why? Naruto said. Didn't you know? Sasuke is the last Uchiha, remember? His parents and whole clan was slaughtered by his big brother. Sasuke and his big brother were close. There were some Uchihas that survived, but however they killed themselves. Naruto, I don't think Sasuke thinks you that annoying as you think. Sakura smiled at the blonde ninja. Maybe he does care. Maybe, but don't let it. He did mock you early upon joining team. Yeah, but he also saved my life when we fought Haku. Because he pity you. You are the weak link of the team to him. They're just being nice to you because you almost killed yourself. I say it's change of heart, or they didn't want your death to be on their guilty minds. The Nine Tails said, even if they're just pitying me, it's nice to have the feeling of having someone care about you. Even if it's just for a few days. Are you going to try again? Maybe. Last night I didn't care what happened to me. I just wanted to escape, but now you feel you have something that keeps you living. Naruto, know this. I will not let you die even if it's against your will. Long as you are my host, you will not die. You will never die. But why? If you die, so do I. It will take long amount of time for me to be revived even if you die. If you can be revived after I die, then why don't you let me die? Naruto's thought went silence for a long moment. Nine Tails. About an hour later, Sakura went out for shopping. Sasuke gave her a good amount of money from the Uchiha clan banking. Leaving Naruto in Sasuke's hands, Sakura felt a bit nervous about leaving Naruto alone with Sasuke. She always knew the two didn't get along together, but she didn't want Naruto to be alone, especially after what he did the other night. While shopping for food, Sakura met up with Team 8 members and Team 10 members. They were a bit surprised to see Sakura here alone and shopping. Hey Sakura, what are you doing here? Ino asked her former best friend rival. Sakura looked at her rival for a second before she looked away, returning to shopping. Ino jerked her head back a bit, surprised by Sakura's behavior. Whoa, what got Sakura all cold? Shikamaru asked. Maybe she's been hanging out with Sasuke too much. Hiba joked as he laughed. Where are Sasuke and that idiot Naruto? Ino asked. Sakura was silent. She really didn't want to tell them what happened last night, about Naruto try killing himself and Naruto almost raped her. Come on Sakura, are you mad or something? Ino said with an angry look. Sakura sighed at defeat. I'm not mad, Ino. I'm just tired. I've been up since 3 in morning. I hadn't gotten the chance to sleep. Why? Choji asked. Because last night was a busy night, can we leave it at that? She said while glaring at the Genin's rookies. Wow, talked about scary. Hiba said as he sweat dropped. Ino looked at the carrying cart Sakura was carrying. There was first aid, extra bandages, canned food and few other things. Ino also noticed she wasn't wearing her headband, as she quickly saw there was a red mark on Sakura's forehead, but her hair was hiding it. Ino quickly went up to Sakura's face as she lifted the front hair, exposing Sakura's forehead. There was a nasty bump on her forehead. Sakura, what did you do to your head? Did someone hit you? Hinata asked, hoping nothing bad was happen within Team 7. Sakura backed away from Ino. It's nothing, I just fell. The bandages are for Naruto. And Sasuke is hungry. Bandages are for Naruto. Shikamaru left eyebrow rise. I really don't want to talk about it. Can you guys please let it drop? Sakura asked the Genin's rookies kindly. We don't need to ask, we're going to see what's going on. Let go see Sasuke. Hiba said as the other nodded. Suddenly Sakura shouted with anger in her voice. No, you will not. Sakura quickly caught herself as she covered her mouth as she gasped. We never heard Sakura yell like that before. Hinata said with a scare look on her face. Shino and Kiba nodded while Ino and Choji and Shikamaru were very curious on what was really going on. Sakura. Ino said. Sakura turned away as she bit her bottom lip. It's nothing, sorry I yell. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. I got to get going. Sasuke-kun and Naruto-kun is waiting for me. Sakura walked past everyone. Her strange behavior got everyone wondering what was going on. They knew something was wrong. She never called Naruto Naruto-kun, only Sasuke. Let's follow her, Shino said. But we shouldn't, Shino. Hinata protested. Don't you want to know what's going on? What if Naruto is really hurt, Hinata? Hiba said. Hinata frowned, but she soon nodded. If it's just to make sure Naruto-kun is okay. I'll come too. Sakura is hiding something and it smells real fishy. Ino frowned heavily. Uchiha household. When Sakura returned to the guest room Naruto was, she found he was nowhere to be found and neither was Sasuke. She saw the bandages that Naruto wore were on the floor. The bandages were covered in blood. Sasuke. Naruto. Where are you? She yelled. I'm here, Sakura-chan. Naruto's voice was heard nearby as she looked back, but her eyes widened upon what she saw. Naruto was half, he wore a towel covering his lower half. Water dripping off his hair and body as Naruto came out from using the shower. Naruto blinked twice when he saw Sakura was looking at him with long pause. Her face slowly became red. Naruto walked up to Sakura and waved his right hand in front of her face. Hello, Sakura-chan. Sakura-chan, hey. Hello, Earth to Sakura-chan. Sakura was lost as she started at Naruto's body. Amazed by the young muscular body of her teammate with water dripping down his body only added the effects. It was one of her dream to see Sasuke half like this. However, it was Naruto she saw half rather than Sasuke. Suddenly Sakura snapped out of it. As she looked away hiding her blush. She never thought found Naruto's body to be in shape. She thought underneath his jacket he was a bit fat or didn't have any muscles. You okay? He asked. Sakura answered with a nod while she tried her best not to stare. Sakura looked at Naruto's left side of his neck and his wrists. They still looked wounded, but the bleeding wasn't bad as it was last night. His healing was taking care of it. But still was drawing out blood from his wrists. The wound on his neck healed to a point the bleeding stopped. But it left as a scar. Your wounds are they? She asked him. Not as bad they were last night. He told her. That's good, but we still need to wrap them up. You were a bloody mess last night. Sit down. Naruto sat down on the bed as he held out his wrists. Sakura-chan, he said. Yes, she answered while looking at his wrists. I'm sorry for what I did last night. Sakura paused for a moment. Before she went back to wrapping the bandages around his left wrist. No, it's okay. I shouldn't been so mean to you. I never once thought about your feelings. How felt and I forgot you didn't have any parents. Sakura felt like a totally bitch. Never once thinking about what Naruto would do. No, not that Sakura. He said with a frown. Huh, what do you mean? She said. Suddenly Naruto grabbed Sakura by her wrists and pinned her down on the bed. Sakura's eyes widened, surprised by how easily Naruto pinned her down to the bed. His eyes stared down at her green eyes. Naruto, what are you? She was quickly silenced by his lips. There was a long pause within the room. The surprise kiss broke. Sakura-chan, I'm sorry for what I did last night. Sakura, I wanted you to know I love you. I've always been in love with you. Ever since I first saw you. I'm sorry that I tried to rape you in your own home. He let go of Sakura's wrists. He closed his eyes ready for a slap or even a punch by her. But nothing happened. He looked at the girl he loves. Sakura-chan. He looked confused. I know. She said. She didn't look fazed by this at all. Naruto didn't say anything. She knew he almost took her innocence, but she saved his life. Maybe I should you have done it. I was such a horrible person to you. I never once pay any attention to you. I was always worrying about Sasuke-kun and not you. If you still want to rape me, do it now, but I'm in love with Sasuke Uchiha. I'm sorry, Naruto. But like you fell in love with me at first sight, so have I with Sasuke-kun. Again Naruto felt his heart crack again. It wasn't as painful as it was the other day. Sakura knew now he loved her. Do it. She's asking you. Come on, do it, finish what you left off. Shut up, Fox. All I want is to make you happy, Sakura-chan. That is why I'll protect you, Sakura-chan. I love you, I really do love you. I'm madly in love with you. But if that is what your heart tells you. But I cannot force you to love me. The last thing I want is for you to hate me. Naruto got off of Sakura as she sat beside him. Naruto, I do believe you will find love. Just not the love you saw in me. I love Sasuke too much. Maybe we can. Naruto bit his bottom lip, he knew what she was gonna say. Oh, it comes. Oh, here it comes. Be friends. She said as Sakura placed her hands on top of his. Naruto closed his eyes and let out a big sigh, but Sakura gave him a soft kiss on the right cheek. But at least she knows he loves her. He will love her more than Sasuke ever will. Ooh, friend zone. Naruto heard his inner demon laughed. Ouch, she hit him with the friend zone. Naruto and Sakura heard Ino's voice suddenly. The two looked around the room as they heard the voice of the others. Damn, that sucks. Kiba's voice was heard. Poor Naruto-kun. Hinata's was soon heard as well. Wonder if Sasuke got chips. Choji's was next. What a drag. Talk about troublesome love. Shikamaru's side was heard. Where are they? Sakura thought. Naruto's face changed to a serious look. He got up from the bed and walked to the door and sighed it open as he left it open wide. Looking down he saw Ino, Choji and Shikamaru along with Kiba, Shino and Hinata. Before Naruto was about to say something, Sasuke's voice was heard. Sasuke was down the hall walking to them. What are you guys doing? Only Team 7 supposed to be here. We came to see how Naruto was doing. Kiba said. Yup. Choji said with a smile. It's true. Hinata nodded. As you can see, he's fine. Now that you know that, get out of my home. Sasuke glared. Sasuke, leave them alone. I was leaving anyway. I'm going back home. Naruto told everyone. Your wounds aren't fully healed. Kakashi-sensei told us to keep you here. Besides, Sasuke is letting you stay. Right, Sasuke-kun? Sakura said as she looked at the black-haired Uchiha. Yeah. Kakashi told us our orders. But if you want, you are willing to go home. Kakashi and Sakura were planning to stay here until you gotten better. Sasuke said. Naruto's left hand twitched suddenly. His crush staying under the same roof of his rival sent a deep chill down Naruto's spine. I'll stay. I'm going to get dress. Naruto walked down the hallway, even though his new pair of clothes was inside the bedroom. Sakura knew Naruto wanted to be left alone. How much did you hear? Sakura asked everyone but Sasuke. But really, Sakura, the friend zone. That's worse than dumping him or even cheating on him. Ino sweat drop. Actually, cheating is the worst. Shikamaru corrected Ino. Whatever. Ino rolled her eyes. Then they know about Naruto's. Good. Sakura smiled. He'll find someone else, I am sure. Sakura smiled at her friends, but on the inside she felt horrible. She broke his heart not once but twice now. So what's going on with Naruto? I saw he was wearing bandages on his wrist, and did you see that scar on his neck? Ino looked grossed out. If you want to know, I'll tell you, but after that, leave. Sasuke said with a cold stare. Sasuke, don't. Sakura said with saddened frown. Sakura, everyone is gonna know about it sooner or later. It's best to hear it now than rather be heard by rumor. Sasuke spoke with a cold but truthful voice. Will someone please tell us what is going on here? Ino yelled. Last night Naruto tried to commit suicide but failed. Sasuke told everyone the secret they were keeping. He left out the. Sakura saw Sasuke looked at her and gave a slow unnoticeable nod. Sasuke knew what secret should be shared and what that should not be. Naruto was part of Team 7, though it was true Sasuke didn't like him. He wasn't on the level to spill the possible reason for Naruto failed suicide. You're serious? Everyone but Sasuke's and Sakura was deeply shocked. The information of the class crown, the knucklehead ninja almost killed himself. That scar and bandages you saw is proven enough. Kakashi placed us as Naruto's watchers. Sasuke said. Naruto is on suicide watch. Man, I never thought Naruto would do something like that. Shikamaru said as Naruto was friends with Shikamaru, Kiba and Choji for 5 years. They started their friendship when they were 8-year-old. But never had the single thought of Naruto wanted to end his life. Why would Naruto-kun do such a thing? Hinata shouted but quickly became her quite shy self again. I mean, Naruto is a nice person. There no way he would do something like that. He just can't. Hinata didn't want to believe the guy she had a crush on almost ended his life. Because we and everyone else has been treating him for years. Shino spoke. If he's upset about the fact everyone laughs at him, or no one likes him, it's because how he acts, always goofy around, never taking everything serious. Ino smirked. Ino looked to her right to see what her rival wanted. Slap. Everyone was shocked to see Sakura slapped Ino. On Ino's left cheek had red hand paint. You bitch. You think this is funny? Do you have anything idea what it was like, trying to keep Naruto alive? He wanted to die. I didn't much skill of being a medic, but I was lucky Naruto had first aid lying around in his apartment. There was so much blood. Sakura bare her teeth. What if it was someone close to you like your dad? Or one of your teammates? She yelled at Ino. Sakura was about to slap Ino again, but Sakura was held back by Kiba and Shino. Hey Sakura, calm down, Kiba said. How would you feel if you knew Naruto almost killed himself? How would you feel if you believed you were the final thing pushed to him to that? Sakura asked Ino with anger in her voice. Ino didn't say anything, only looked completely shocked. Still shocked, Sakura slapped. No one dare crack a smile or make any type of joke. Kiba and Shino let go of Sakura. I cannot believe I was best friends with you. Sakura turned away and walked. Hey, where ya going? Shikamaru asked the pink-haired girl. To find Naruto, she shouted. Kiba and Shino looked at each other for a second before they nod. Naruto's location. Naruto was still wearing nothing but a towel. He was outside in what appears to be a garden. There were no flowers, but he knew this place had flowers, but no longer. Naruto-kun. Naruto heard Hinata's voice. He looked over his left shoulder to see the shy Hyuga. But he looked away and went back to staring at the empty garden. Everyone is looking for you, she said. I don't care. Everyone will see me as the same as before. I'm no Sasuke, no Mr. Cool Guy or the badass ninja like Kakashi-sensei or respected as the old man. I'm nothing, I'm a nobody, he said. Hinata could hear the saddest within his voice. He was alone, he was always alone ever since birth. He was so used to it he grew so tired of it. Hinata was afraid of talking to Naruto. She was always afraid of what he would say. She really liked him, and hearing of him nearly ended his own life by very hands brought great fear into Hinata's heart. Not only Hinata had a huge crush on Naruto, he was her hero, her icon. He was the reason why she decided to be a ninja. That's not true, she told him. Hinata sat down beside Naruto. Truly afraid she was, but now was the time, toughens up or she'll never have a chance to tell him, especially if he was going to end his life again. You're a nice and wonderful person, Naruto-kun. She smiled. Naruto sighed. I know that. But everyone just doesn't understand me. Do you know why? She asked. I'm different, he said. Everyone is different, Naruto-kun. But you're, Hinata paused. An idiot, a clown, a loudmouth, a nobody, a freak. He spoke of the different titles people called him. No, she yelled. Naruto's eyes widened when he heard Hinata yelled. Hinata frowned. You are different. But that's what makes you special. You may goofy around and act a bit silly. But you make everyone laugh, everyone smiles. Even when they laugh at you, you always tell them that you're gonna be the best. You told everyone what your dream. And you never gave up. Again the young blonde sighed. But they laughed at me. No one believes a guy like me can become Hokage. Everyone gives Sasuke more respect than I deserve. Girls begging to ask him out. Kakashi is more focused on training him than me or Sakura-chan. Naruto-kun, please don't think like that. There are some people that really respect you and they really like you, she said. But Naruto didn't really believe her words. Like who? He asked. There's Iruka-sensei. Even Kiba-kun sees you as his rival. And Shino-kun doesn't hate you. And I know that I will never hate you. I really respect you, Naruto-kun. You don't need to act or be like Sasuke. Everyone shouldn't be something that they are not. That's what my mother told me. Hinata told her crush. Naruto was starting to feel better about himself, but he still felt like crap. Hinata, do you love your family? Do you ever think you could live without them? He asked her. Hinata took a moment to think before she spoke. Though my father can be a bit rough. I love him very much. And I love my little sister very much. And I love my mother so much. And even though we don't see eye to eye, I care about my cousin Neji even if he doesn't like me. So I don't think I could live without my family. Each one of them is important to me. I'm glad you're happy with your family, Hinata. And cherish them very much even if everything gets dark. Okay. He smiled at Hinata. Hinata slightly blushed when she saw Naruto smiled at her. Thank you, Naruto-kun. She giggled. I wish I knew who my parents were and what they were like. He wondered. Naruto-kun, whatever happens in the future, please don't think everyone hates you. Don't everyone doesn't want you. Your life is very important and Hinata wanted to say it right there. She wanted to tell him that she loved him, but I really like you, Naruto-kun, she said. Though she couldn't say the 3 words she wanted to say to him. Knowing that she really liked him made his smile widen. Thank you, Hinata. Naruto hugged Hinata. Hinata's eyes greatly widened, her face was beating red. He hugged her, he was giving her a hug. But then she remembers something very important. Naruto was half and wearing a towel. Hinata fainted on the spot. Hinata, he yelled. There you are. Kiba's voice was heard. Kiba, Shino and Sakura finally found Naruto but only to find the Uzumaki was trying to wake the fainted Hyuga. The three sweat dropped while Kiba said with a sigh, Hinata. She fainted again. Sakura said, with a small smile. She found Naruto but she forgot the fact he's half. Poor Hinata. Kiba shook his head. Naruto, please get dress. Walking around the place half isn't very helpful. Sakura covered her eyes. Sorry. He chuckled. But you do that, Naruto, or forget it about it. Hinata told me. Naruto smiled as he patted Kiba's left shoulder and left to get dress. Another mask he wears. Shino said. Yeah, I know. Kiba nodded. Later that day, Team 8 and 10 left, though they still worry about Sakura's sudden change in Naruto's behavior. They didn't want to leave, they wanted to help Sasuke and Sakura with watching Naruto. But they couldn't stay forever and Sasuke kicked them out. Later on that day, Kakashi came by and took Naruto to see the Hokage. He didn't tell Sasuke or Sakura or even Naruto why the Hokage wanted to see him. Just the Hokage wanted to see him. Once inside the Hokage's tower, Kakashi left Naruto in the care of two Anbus who opened a door for Naruto. Once inside, the Anbus guarded the door. Inside the room there were two couches across from one another. Sarutobi was there and so were three old people Naruto has never met. Have a seat, Naruto-kun. Sarutobi said. Old man, what's going on? Who are they? He looked at the three elders. Have a seat and you will see. Naruto did what the old Kage asked. Naruto Uzumaki. We know what you've done last night. The elder known as Danzo spoke. Naruto's eyes widen in fear. They know. Oh, he's in big trouble, he knew it for sure. His heart was beating fun, he wondered what punishment they plan for him. Suicide isn't the answer, Naruto Uzumaki. If you were to die, then Konoha would lose one of the three of its great bloodlines. The old elderly woman spoke. Her words confused Naruto as he spoke. What do you mean, lose one of the three great bloodlines? I have no special bloodline like Sasuke or the Hyugas or any of the others. I'm just an Uzumaki, I'm a normal guy, aren't I? Sarutobi shook his head. No, Naruto, you very important to Konoha. Do you know what you are? Naruto's face showed the emotion of confusion and hurt. I'm a Jinchuriki. I overheard when I took the Forbidden Scrolls. Mizuki said I carried the nine-tailed fox. I remember what he said. That is true, but, however, you were born from the bloodline, a very special bloodline. Do you know why you failed at making a shadow clone in the beginning but now you are able to do it easily? Danzo said. When I read the scroll that held the jutsu that helped. There was a seal on it. I was able to read it just fine as if it was for me only. Naruto said. That is because that jutsu belonged to Mito Uzumaki, the wife of the first Hokage. It was that very jutsu and other jutsus that helped the first Hokage defeated the nine-tailed fox and Madara Uchiha. Mito was a very powerful woman and sealing master. The second old man spoke. That this mean I'm related to her? I'm related to the first Hokage. Naruto looked happy but yet so confused. Yes and no. The Uzumaki were slip up after the war and many survived and live here in Konoha. And some live somewhere in the world, but that is unlikely to say. You are the last Uzumaki, Naruto. You are what is left of a powerful nation. Danzo explained. Okay, but that answers my question. Naruto sweat drop. Naruto, your mother Kushina Uzumaki was one of Mito's clansmen children. Sarutobi told Naruto. Clansman. He looked again confused. Mito and Kushina shares the same blood. Mito is your grand aunt. Mito was Kushina's aunt. The elder woman said. All of this was new to him. He belonged to an important bloodline. He was family with the first Hokage's wife. But there was one question on this mind that bothered him greatly. What happened to my parents? Why did they leave me and why was I picked to be the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails? He asked them, hoping that any of them would give him the answer he desires. We aren't truly what really happened, but Sarutobi was there. He knows what happened. Danzo stared at the old Kage as Naruto looked at Sarutobi sighing. What I will tell must not leave the room, understand, Naruto? Sarutobi as the Uzumaki nodded. He wanted the truth, the real reason why he was an orphan, and why he was given the Nine Tails. Very well then, it all started during the battle between Madara and the first. Later that night at the Uchiha household. Team 7 stayed together in the Uchiha household. Naruto returned from his meeting the elders of Konoha. Naruto looked fine, he was smiling and looked just about normal. His team asked him if everything went well. He told them it did, and when they asked him what the elders wanted from him, Naruto didn't answer them, he only said, "I'm tired, I'm going to bed, I'll see you guys later." Out of the team, Sakura was the one who was most worried. Did Kakashi told him about Naruto's failed suicide and that he tried to rape her? She really hoped they didn't punish Naruto or do anything to him. She was his teammate, and although she broke his heart, she really wanted to start all over again, but this to be one of the friends Naruto can truly trust. Naruto was still up alone in his bedroom. Mad as ever, but he held it within. Putting on a nice face for everyone to see, but on the inside he was angry, sad, felt even lonelier than before. Sarutobi told him his side of the story of the night of Naruto's birth. His parents were Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, and Kushina Uzumaki, the niece of Mito Uzumaki and possible last female Uzumaki in the world. He hated them, he hated everyone within this village. He knew he did, he just didn't want to admit it. It was crap, all just pure crap. His parents gave up their lives so the village could be saved, and so Naruto may lived. Sure, his father was given a hero, a funeral, buried along with his mother. But they changed Kushina's last name on their tombstone so none may know whose child Naruto is. From what Danzo told him, Sarutobi gave Naruto Kushina's last name so Minato's enemies wouldn't know the relationship Naruto has with Minato. And he forbids anyone to tell Naruto about he has the 9 tails within him. Naruto now knew why everyone hated him, why no one took him into their family or has none of the child were allowed to play with him. Because of what Sarutobi and these 3 elders people before said. Naruto just hated everything about within his village. The thought of suicide wasn't so bad after what he was told today. His life been shitty because of what the elders did, and his mother was a Jinchuriki before him, she was the 9 tails second host and Mito was the first. His mother lived a happy life. When Naruto asked about everyone knew she was a Jinchuriki, they didn't answer him. Left his bedroom and went to the kitchen. The kitchen was dark. Naruto went over the table and withdraw a knife. Naruto left the kitchen. Sasuke's bedroom. Sasuke Uchiha was asleep within his room. Looking the same as he always does even in his dreams. But tonight someone was watching him sleep. Naruto stared down at the sleeping Uchiha. Naruto held the knife against Sasuke's throat. His anger was fixed on the Uchiha. Why? Beside the fact how the Uchiha treated him in the past. But no, it was what Sarutobi and the others today him today. Naruto thought back what really set him off. Flashback. What do you mean you couldn't do a thing? Naruto shouted. Because your mother placed a barrier keeping us from doing anything. Sarutobi explained. Naruto hid his face in his hand. And when you think it was the best time to tell me this? What, when I was 50? We were planning to tell you. But you were too young and we were thinking how you would react. We didn't want you to be too upset. Danzo said. React. React. How I would react? My parents are dead. They died saving your lives and mine. And this village still treated me like shit. And you're thinking how I would react? I am upset, I'm mad as hell. Naruto shouted at the elders. He was furious. Naruto wasn't the only one suffering that night. You weren't the only ones who lost loved ones. Sarutobi lost his wife that night. The elderly woman said. Naruto bit his bottom lips. He growled anyway. You were placed under care when you were an infant. Sarutobi said. Who took care of me when I was a baby? He asked. After calming down for a bit. Makoto Uchiha, the mother of Sasuke Uchiha. She took care of you until you were 1. She feed you and took care of you while taking care of Sasuke as well. Makoto was your mother friend. And also she was your godmother, but what? Naruto glared. The Uchiha clan had rules and they didn't want to care of you. So Makoto was forced to place you in the orphan. When you were 4 I gave you your apartment. Sarutobi said. That makes me and Sasuke. He paused while frowning. God brothers. Yes, you and Sasuke are god brothers. No, we're not. What you say to me doesn't matter. Naruto frowned. Hate us if you want Naruto Uzumaki. But knows this Konoha needs you. You are our Jinchuriki. Without you war will come and many people will die. Is it because we have you our enemies dare not start war with us? Danzo told Naruto, The death of your parents is a small price. But image without Konoha's Jinchuriki image, how many deaths would come? You only want me alive because I got the 9 tails. Again Naruto glare. No, not only that, but you are the last of Mito's bloodline. So that is why we will act CRP with you now. The second male elder spoke. CRP, what's that? He asked. Clan Resurrection Program. If the last member of the clan is male or female. CRP is a must. The rules are different between male and female. The second elder male said. Was my mother given this? He asked. During her teenage years, yes, but she chosen Minato to be her mate. We originally planned her to married into other bloodline families like the Hyugas or Uchiha or even another Uzumaki if possible found. Danzo explained to Naruto. If I ever agree to do this CRP, how many I would marry into or choose? Naruto asked with a frown. 4 to 5 because Uzumaki are known for being sealing masters and have long-lasting stamina. Sarutobi answer Naruto's question. And if I was an Uchiha or Hyuga? 7 to 14. Sarutobi again answer. Why do they get a bigger number than me? Naruto asked while staring at them. Because each of the clans were once in larger numbers, much larger than the Uzumaki, and they don't have much stamina like the Uzumaki do. But they highly respected, and the Uchiha helped founder Konoha. The Hyuga took refuge with us after many wars. Their eyes may not be powerful as the Sharingan, but they are amazing fighters and able to see and block chakra, making them very deadly like the Uchihas. Danzo once again explained. So Uzumaki aren't that much of a threat. Naruto right eyebrow rose. Sealing masters are deadly, but it was their very skilled that brought their downfall. They were too feared by the world and needed to be stopped. You make it sound like they were the villain. Naruto bare his teeth. No, they were Konoha allies, but our enemies saw how great of a threat they were. We offer them to live with us like Mito did. But they refuse and continue to live within their village. The elder woman told Naruto. Naruto's stare told them he didn't believe them any of the bullshit they were feeding him. So if I do this CRP, in theory Hinata would marry the men she picked or you picked for her. Same goes for Sasuke since he is the last, right? Naruto asked them. You are correct, Naruto. Sarutobi told him. End of flashback. Naruto could end it now. He could end the life of Sasuke Uchiha. He could, but he remember what Sarutobi told him after the meeting has ended. Flashback. Naruto. Sarutobi called the young Uzumaki. Naruto on his way out of the tower. He was so angry he didn't want to talk to anyone. Naruto. Wait. There's something you must know. He said. Naruto continued to walk on, not stopping for anything the old cage has to say. It's about your parents. Naruto stopped and looked over his right shoulder. What is it? More painfully information for me to deal with. Naruto barked. Naruto. I am sorry for what the other said to you. Truthfully it was, but your parents loved you. I know, even though it was your side of what happened. At least I know I had parents. I wish. Naruto silenced himself as his eyes closed. Sarutobi reached inside his coat and took out what appears to be an old diary. Here, hopefully this will help you get to know your parents. Minato and Kushina wrote everything that happens to them within this diary. Everything in this is their words and theirs alone. I kept this from the others. Now I want you to have it. Don't tell anyone what I gave you. Naruto grabbed the diary and hid it within his jacket. I know Minato and Kushina wanted you to have this. Even though they die before they write down their will. This diary alone should be something. I am sorry, Naruto, I am truly am. You don't have to forgive me or the others. But promise me that you won't try that again. Minato and Kushina gave up their lives so you may. If you die, then everything they did would have been in vain. The real reason why I placed you in Team 7 was Makoto's and Kushina's friendship, Kakashi's and Minato's relationship as student and teacher. What about Sakura? He asked. Believe it or not, but her father was going to be Hokage, but we decide Minato would be best. He is the youngest to ever become Hokage. Wow. So how young was dad when he became Hokage? Naruto asked. 24. If both Minato and Kushina were alive now, they would be 36 years old. Does Sakura-chan know her dad almost became Hokage? He wondered. I don't think so. Maybe when Sakura's parents come back you can ask them. Naruto, don't give up on your dream. Please, not of all us hated you because what happened that night. Not everyone sees you as the monster. Sarutobi smiled the young Uzumaki. Naruto nodded. I promise. Maybe with this dairy I can understand my parents. I'm sorry what I said earlier. No, Naruto, you were right, it is our fault we hide the truth from you. You have every right to hate us. Minato was to be my successor, his death was something I could not foresee. Sarutobi said with a frown. But tell me this, Sarutobi, that CRP. It's bullshit, isn't it? Naruto stared. Yes, the elders told you to calm you down a bit. What they said about the Hyuga and Uchiha is true. If Hinata ever entered the CRP, she wouldn't have a choice. She would marry who we picked for her. If she was picked to be Sasuke's choice, our choice would be final. What if Hinata was in love with someone else? He asked. It wouldn't matter. The Uchiha are more important than the Hyugas. It's because of the relationship the Uchiha has with Konoha that makes them, or just one, so important. The Hyuga aren't a dying breed. The Uchiha and Uzumaki are. That's just wrong, you shouldn't force someone like that. To force to marry and breed with someone they don't love, it's. Naruto had the saddest. He hoped CRP wouldn't happen to Hinata or any female of his village. Wrong. If not worse than rape. Yes. Sarutobi said. You wouldn't do that to Hinata, would you? Did you try this with my mother? Force her into a marriage she didn't want? Naruto glared at Sarutobi. No. They wanted to. But I told them I wasn't going to let Kushina be forced. Beside, by that time I could see Minato and Kushina truly each other. I couldn't break their bond, their love. If that were ever happened to Hinata or any of the females of our village, I know few wouldn't like it. As for Hinata, though, her father is hard on her sometime. He wants Hinata to marry someone from either the Hyuga clan to keep the bloodline pure, but if the man Hinata chosen is worthy to the clan, she may marry him. Sarutobi saw Naruto sigh with relief. Man, all of this clan thing is hard and doesn't feel right, forcing someone into marriage so the clan can survive. Naruto frowned. I know it's tough, but it has been going for years. Some clan members perform even incest by marrying their own family members, be it their own father, mother, sister, brother, cousin, or half-siblings. So if Makoto was still alive, Sasuke would marry his own mother. Naruto sweat drop. Yes, he would, but if there were no other females to accept or anything to the other women marrying him. If Kushina was alive, that would go for even you. She would have to marry and mate with her own son or the children of her children. Long as the bloodline survives. That pretty mess up. Naruto said, but he was blushing at the thought of marrying his own mother or female family member. Clan members and do people do unbelievable things to survive. Even your mother was born from incest, but she turned out just fine. Sarutobi smiled. Yeah, well, if I was gonna marry someone, I will marry her not because I am the last member or rules or laws. I would marry her because I love her and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. So you're okay if that person was an Uzumaki like you? Sarutobi asked. Naruto looked away while blushing. Marriage is the final bond that tie the love you and your lover has. So yeah, if I were to marry my mother or an Uzumaki, I would rather marry her because I love her and she loved me. End of flashback. Naruto withdrew the blade from Sasuke's throat as he turned away and dropped the knife. Naruto left Sasuke's bedroom, but not before he said these words. I really hate you, Sasuke, but killing you won't make me the better man. Unaware to Naruto, Sasuke Uchiha was wide awake the whole time. He waited to see what the Uzumaki was going to do. The Uzumaki could have ended his life, but he chose not to. Seeing the dark nature Naruto has on the level of how much the Uzumaki hated him enough, wanted to end his life. Naruto stood outside of the Uchiha household and once again he found himself at the empty garden. I'm so fed up with everyone around me. No one seems to care. I'm just so far gone and nothing's gonna change. I'll never be the same. It's always do this, do that. Everything they want to. I don't want to live that way. Every chance they get, they're always pushing me away. It's never enough. No, it's never enough. No matter what I say. It's never enough. No, it's never enough. I'll never be what you want me to be. It's all so messed up and no one ever listens. Everyone's deranged. I'm just so up and I'm never gonna change. Wanna lay it all to waste. They're always say this, say that. Nothing that you want to. I don't want to live that way. Every chance they get, they're always shoving me aside. It's never enough. No, it's never enough. No matter what I say. It's never enough. No, it's never enough. I'll never be what you want me to be. I'm done. In the end were all just chalk lines on the concrete. Drawn only to be washed away. For the time that I've been given. I am what I am. I'd rather hate you. For everything you are. Than ever love you. For something you are not. I'd rather you hate me. For everything I am. Than have you love me. For something that I can't. It's never enough. It's never enough. No matter what I say. It's never enough. No, it's never enough. No matter who I try to be. It's never enough. No, it's never enough. No matter how I try to change. It's never enough. Never, never enough. I'll never be what you want me to be. Now was the time to restart everything. Restart it all, his relationship with everyone, and restart on how everyone saw him. It was time for Naruto to prove to everyone that as Naruto Uzumaki, the last of a dying clan, he now knows the truth of his parents. He now knows he from a powerful clan. He was related to the first Hokage through marriage. Though he knows he will face new challenges and possible new type of pain and suffering. He would face them and bare teeth against anyone who stay in his way. He is Naruto Uzumaki. Konoha's number one knucklehead, the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox, and his dream now was to become Hokage, so but now to prove not for just respect but to prove even a Jinchuriki can become something greater than a Hokage. 2 days has passed since Naruto's failed attempt suicide and raped of Sakura Haruno. Kakashi Hatake, Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha kept a close eye on Naruto during his stay in the Uchiha household. It was the afternoon as Naruto was in his room alone reading the book that belongs to his parents Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto's frown never faded from his face, every word nothing but more pain to his heart. In every page told Naruto about how they waited for him to arrive, how they much they will love him. And all the things they would do together once Naruto was born. Anger and sorrow filled his heart. He wished his parents were alive and well. But he has to face the cold truth, they were dead. That's the reason why he was alone for so long. His parents gave their lives not just for the village Sake but for his as well. Naruto. Sakura's voice was heard behind the door. What do you want? His voice was filled with sadist. I came to check up on you. Sakura was about to slide open the door, but Naruto yelled at her to don't open the door. Sakura wasn't sure what was going on, but she could tell he was angry about something. Naruto. I just want to help. She frowns. Just go away. I'm fine. I'm not hungry. Just leave me alone. Again she heard nothing but sorrow in his voice. She stood in front of the door for a moment before she heard him yell again. Leave me alone. He shouted. Sakura leave the young Uzumaki alone as he wished. Her mind wonder off what she told him the other day, was that the cause how his behavior now? She may never know. Sakura entered the kitchen to see Kakashi and Sasuke was eating lunch together. Once they saw Sakura's frown, Sasuke spoke up. He's not in the good mood again. He asked Sakura. I don't know what's wrong. Naruto is angry today than he was the other day. Sakura sighed. Don't let it bother you, Sakura. Naruto had a talk with the third Hokage and Hokage elders. Naruto didn't agree with what they told him, however. I don't think Naruto is mad at either of us. Kakashi told his students. You think he's mad at himself? Sakura asked Kakashi. Who knows what's going on in that idiot's head? Sasuke said with a bored stare. Sasuke. Kakashi sighed. Kakashi, you know more than we do. Can't you tell us, please? We'll keep it a secret. Sakura begged. The copy ninja looked at the pink-haired girl. Sasuke turned his attention towards Kakashi as well. Kakashi sweat dropped as he felt their eyes daggering him. Fine. Naruto might already know this. You promise not to tell a soul. Kakashi glared at the two ninjas nod their heads. I knew who Naruto's parents were. Nearly every adult knows who Naruto is and whose child he is. But the third Hokage made every adult promise not to tell their children or even Naruto himself who were his parents. He told them. Why not? Naruto has every right to know who his parents were. Sakura frowned. They planned to tell Naruto when he was 18. But however, that couldn't happen. Sasuke and Sakura were silent as they remember the reason why he knows now. Naruto's mother was related to Mito Uzumaki. The wife of the first Hokage. Naruto is very important to Konoha. He is possible the last Uzumaki left in the world. Hatake told his students. But if Naruto is important to the village, why does everyone treat him like crap? Sakura asked. Because he's a living sacrifice. Kakashi had a serious look on his face. Both Sakura's and Sasuke's eyes widen in with shock. Sacrifice for what? Sasuke asks, his right eyebrow raise. Naruto's a Jinchuriki. He holds a great power within him. For years he didn't know about this. That's the reason why everyone treats him so different. Kakashi let out a heavy sigh. What's a Jinchuriki? Sasuke asked. This is past the line of no return. I'm not supposed to tell any of the young children about this. But you promise me you won't tell a soul. Don't tell Naruto what I've told you about this either. He will think you're pitying him even fairer. The last thing we is Naruto trying to kill himself again. Again Sasuke and Sakura nodded their heads, promising Kakashi not to tell anyone. You two know about the tale of how the fourth Hokage defeated the Nine Tails but died. The two nodded. That day was the night of Naruto's birth. Naruto's father was the fourth Hokage. Sakura gasped while Sasuke looked surprised for once. You're kidding me. Naruto's the fourth son. Sakura tried her best not to shout so loud. I'm not done yet. The fourth Hokage used Naruto, his own son, to defeat the Nine Tails. He sealed the Nine Tails away within Naruto's soul. Naruto has been living with that burden all his life. That's the reason why he's alone. And also Sasuke, you should know this. Sasuke looked at Kakashi with a serious stare. Naruto's mother and your mother were best friends. Naruto's your god brother. Sasuke looked surprised for about a moment. Does Naruto know? Sasuke asked Kakashi. Yes. Hatake sighed. Sasuke remained silent as he thought to what Naruto said to him last night. To think they were god brothers due to their mother's close relationship with one another. Sasuke had another brother, but none of that matters now. He saw Naruto an annoying idiot, but this changed just a little about what Sasuke thought of him now. But Naruto was the last of his clan long before Sasuke. He lost everything the day he was born. Sasuke now knew why Naruto didn't like Sasuke the day they first met. No wonder why Naruto did what he did. He wanted everyone's attention. He's alone, he's always have been alone. And we made fun of him for it without even knowing. Sakura frowned at the thought of all the things she and the other children taunted or made fun of him. Later that day. Dawn. Later on that day, news of other ninjas entering their village was heard. The Chunin exams were here. All over Konoha the people was filled with joy that the exams would be held here in Konoha. But however, this year would be special unlike the others before it. About a few hours after news of the other ninjas entering their village was heard, Kakashi came into the Uchiha household and told everyone about the news, but however, Naruto wasn't here. Where's Naruto? Hatake asked Sasuke and Sakura. He's in the bathroom, washing his hair from what he told us. Sakura told the copy ninja. We'll wait until he's done. Kakashi nodded his head. The three heard the sound of Naruto entering the kitchen. He was shirtless but had a towel over his head, drying his head off. What's up, guys? Naruto removed the towel as everyone's eyes widened with shock for what they saw. What? He asked them. The look on their faces from what they saw was mind-blowing, but judging how Naruto was smiling, he enjoyed the look on their faces. Naruto, what did you do with your hair? Sakura asked the Uzumaki. Naruto's hair was no longer spike blonde, his hair was down and colored red. He looked like a different person from his hair color change. I wanted a fresh new start. I colored my hair red like my mother and other Uzumaki before me. Uzumakis are best known for their red hair. He told them. But you look fine as you were. Kakashi told him. But Naruto shook his head with a small frown. That wasn't me, that wasn't the real Naruto. After what happened, I've decided to change and become something new, a new Naruto. He told with a smile. Whatever your choice is, we support it, Naruto. Kakashi placed his hands on the shoulders of Sasuke and Sakura. They looked at the copy ninja before they nodded their heads, accepting what Naruto has done. So what's up? He asked them. Kakashi Hatake explained to his team that today is the first starting day of the Chunin exam, but however this year was a special one. Special how? Sasuke asked. The 5 great cages have been gathered together for the Chunin exams. It has been years since this has ever happened. Kakashi told his students. Why this year? Naruto asked Kakashi. I'm not so sure myself. But I am not the only one who's interested with this, everyone else in the village is. He told Naruto. Wonder what new people we'll meet. The Uzumaki thought. Elsewhere in the Hokage Tower, Hokage's office. The sun had set and the moon was out as Hiruzen Sarutobi sat there in his chair as he was accompanied by the three elders of Konoha. Hiruzen had a very unhappy look on his face. It won't be long before the other cages will come. Hiruzen said to the elders. I am curious on their reason for coming here, this year. We knew about the cage on early notices but the other cages. What are their reasons for coming here? They do know our bonds aren't so friendly like Suna. Kaharu spoke as Hiruzen and Homura agreed. Could be that our information was leaked. Danzo said with a frown. Information. Kaharu looked confused. On the Jinchuriki failed suicide. Everyone was silenced by Danzo's words. Those words alone made the third Hokage worry even more so. The thought of them coming here not only for the Chunin exams but to use this as a plan to steal Naruto, or were they planning for something else? His mind wondered on the subject. For now we will act as if we don't know. We cannot claim this be true or not. For now all we can do is wait and see. Naruto may not be their only main target. The third Hokage glared at the elders as they nodded agreeing with him. The Uchiha household. Late at night Team 7 members were together sitting on a large couch watching TV. Kakashi was busy reading his book like always as Sasuke had a bored look on his face as always. While Naruto was eating a bowl of ramen while Sakura was sitting between the two who was most interested what was going on the TV. After Naruto finished his meal, Kakashi closed his book and turned his attention towards his students. Okay everyone, time for bed. We have a new day for us tomorrow. Now everyone, I want you all to be on your best behavior and don't start any fights between any of the other ninjas from the other villages. Kakashi especially stared at Sasuke and Naruto, knowing them they would do something like that. We promise we won't cause any trouble, Kakashi-sensei. The three said together. Good. Kakashi got up from the couch to yawn as everyone got off the couch. Everyone but Sakura and Naruto left the room. Naruto called out to Sakura before she left the living room. Hey Sakura, can we talk? Sakura heard his voice. She looked back to see Naruto standing there with a bothered look on his face. Yes Naruto. She asked. I heard your dad was a runner-up for being the fourth Hokage. But never got the spot, did you know that? His question made her curious on what he was thinking. She knew who his parents were now. She decides to answer his question anyway. Actually I didn't know that. She smiled at him. Really, you didn't know? Naruto looked surprised. You be surprised how silly my dad can be. And mom always keeps him in line. They're much older than Ino's, Hinata's and Shikamaru's parents from what they told me. I really love my parents, they should be back from their vacation together. Sakura said with a kind smile. Must be nice to have parents like them, huh? Naruto quickly frowned. Sakura gasped. She quickly thought of something, changing the subject. Not really. Dad and mom can be really embarrassing in ways you wouldn't believe. Sakura sighed while she sweat dropped. How bad can it be? Naruto smirked at the pink-haired girl. One time Ino and I and few other girls had a sleepover and let's just say my mom and dad were in the mood. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. Sakura's cheeks blushed bright red. That really sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that, Sakura. He'd sweat drop. It's okay, I just wish Ino would drop it every time I ask her if she want to come over. Sakura groaned with an angry look. What about asking Hinata next time? Have more girls, you know? He asked. Well, I don't know if she would be interested. Sakura frowned. Oh come on. I am sure Hinata's parents wouldn't mind. Naruto grinned. Good night Naruto. Sakura walked with friendly smile. Good night Sakura. Naruto smiled as she walked away. His smile slowly turned into a frown. Shortly after that, Naruto returned to the guest bedroom he was staying. Underneath the pillow he pulled out Minato's and Kushina's diary. Mom, Dad, what should I do now with my life? What if they're never accept me? I'm all alone. Naruto looked at his window looking at the moon. Naruto sighed before he went to bed. Unknowing to Naruto, outside of his room standing near the window was the black-haired Uchiha. Listen in on Naruto. Sasuke left without saying a word as tomorrow is a new day, as many new things brings within a new day. As from afar on a building stood a young man dressed in black coat with red clouds. His sights mainly focus on Naruto but on Sasuke as well. The young man stood there silent as the night with a saddened frown on his face. He stood there for a few minutes before he vanished in the blink of the eye. The very next day, That morning Naruto and Sasuke were eating together in the kitchen as Kakashi Hatake shone up yawning before he spoke to the two ninjas. Morning you two, where's Sakura? Kakashi asked. She's in the shower. Sasuke told him. Ah, that felt great. Kakashi looked back to see Sakura wearing a robe while rubbing another towel over her head. The shower is all yours guys. Sakura told them. Suddenly there was a knock on the main door of the Uchiha household. I'll get it. Kakashi told his students. Kakashi walked over to the main front door and opened it only to be surprised whom was there at the front door. It was the Team 8 and Team 10. Thanks for letting us in Kakashi. Both Kiba and Shikamaru as the two teams enter the Uchiha household. Kakashi quickly stood in front of them and glared down at them. First things first, what bring you all here? And second, today is the first day of the Chunin exams. Aren't you all supposed to be at the Ninja Academy? Kakashi continued to glare at the young genins. Well, we wanted everyone of the 9 rookies to show up together. Kiba told Kakashi. As that's so? Kakashi asked as everyone nodded. Yeah, this year is different. All 5 great cages are here. Plus there more ninjas here, so us Leaf Ninja gotta stay together and kick some. Kiba laughed. Although Kiba's actions are abashing loud, we agree. Shino spoke in a calm manner. Hey guys, what brings you here? Naruto's voice was heard. As the moment everyone saw Naruto, their eyes widened in shock from the Naruto's new hairstyle. Naruto, is that you? Kiba looked surprised. Naruto-kun, you changed your hair. Hinata looked surprised as well. Interesting choice you've done to your hair. Shino said, while not giving a single. You dyeing your red hair. Why the hell did you do that? Ino asked. Thought it looked cool. What ya think? Me with red hair? He asked the young genins while everyone was just shocked by Naruto's new hairstyle. They weren't sure why, but Naruto with red hair seems a bit out of character, they thought. Naruto didn't seem Naruto to them. Well, it's different. The Naruto we knew for years was a blonde idiot. Kiba smirked. Naruto just smiled. He didn't care what they thought about his change of hair color or hairstyle. I think it looks good on you, Naruto-kun. Hinata said with a small smile. Thanks, Hinata. He chuckled with a grin. Sakura smiled at the sight of seeing Naruto's smile thanks to Hinata's comment. Hoping that Naruto would find new happiest in his new change of his looks, and who knows, he might finally get lucky with the ladies, Sakura wondered in her thoughts. Elsewhere outside of Konoha's gate. Ah, so this is the Hidden Leaf Village. A young woman said. The young woman was a slender woman in her late 20s, about 27 of age. She has beautiful green eyes, and ankle-length, auburn hair styled into a herringbone pattern at the back, a top knot tied with a dark blue band. Her right eye was mostly covered by her hair. She wore a long-sleeved, dark blue dress that fell down just below the knees. With her fingernails was polished with dark blue. Her lips were colored dark blue with lustiest beautiful dark blue lipstick. Gotta say it's a lot bigger than I thought, Ms. May. A young boy who wear glasses but light blue hair said. It's Lady May, not Ms. May, kid, remember that. Don't let it pull you away, we're here for a reason. We have been selected to be Lady May's bodyguards, said the older man. Ow. Lady May spoke as she looked at one of her bodyguards. Yes, Lady May, he asked. Shut up. Let go see the Hokage before I kill you. May smiled. Ao sweat dropped but nodded his head as the 3 enter the village hidden in the leaves. The Chunin exams has begun.